So tonight was the season 3 finale of The Flash, and honestly I wanted to make a video talking about The Flash for like the past 2-3 weeks going into the last couple episodes leading up to the finale, because there were a lot of questions raised once they revealed who Savitar was, and because there was a lot of questions out, I didn't want to speculate and have to deal with all the back and forth of me being right the whole time. And so I decided to wait until this moment to make this video. Hopefully I answer a few questions that anybody has about this season finale. If you laugh at any point in this video, don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel where I just make a bunch of videos about random shit. Going into this season finale, ever since they revealed who Savitar was, I saw exactly where the season was going. The show has been doing the same formula for the past 3 seasons in my opinion. Main villains always shrouded in a mystery, and then they always present who that person is in the beginning, in the first like 9 episodes. They kind of tell you who it is in the beginning of the season, and then the rest of the season is just them throwing a bunch of other variables into it and just making it more complicated than it needs to be to make you question your original thought of who it might have been. They did the same thing when it came to Harrison Wells in season 1. They did the same thing for Jay Garrick in season 2. They did the same thing for fucking Future Barry in season 3. When it comes to the Savitar reveal, personally, that's not what I wanted in it, because it just doesn't answer the question of why would he kill Iris. It still didn't answer that to me. And then I saw one thing when it goes to the whole Barry is future Savitar. A lot of people kept bringing up a lot of questions as that went on, because they kept saying, well, if this happened, then that means that he should just be gone and And hopefully they explain, during this episode they explain it to you. And if you've watched Legends of Tomorrow, they kind of explain it there, how time isn't exactly linear, where if you do one thing, it automatically affects the past in an instant. It's kind of like a wave in flux, and it takes time for it to set. If anything, you should have learned that when Barry went to Flashpoint, and it took time, and every time he used his powers, that's when his memory started messing up. And they do the same thing when it comes to Legends of Tomorrow, where a time aberration happens, and it takes time for that thing to get set. So that's why they have to go there and fix it before it sets. The way they dealt with Savitar really relied heavily on the universe they built in the show, and not particularly the source comics. They relied heavily on the show logic. They resided a lot on the universe that they built and the characters that they put within that universe, where Barry had to be the nice, hopeful guy that we got to know in season 1, that we lovable Barry, and he had to be that person to try to save Savitar. But then in the end, Savitar Barry decided to be a dick, and then just decided to do dick shit. My biggest issue with the future Barry and Savitar thing was when he goes out of the suit, why does he talk different? Why is his speech patterns different? When he was Savitar, he spoke in like 5-7 words at a time, and he spoke in these phrases of God. Like, then when he jumps out of the suit, he's Barry, and you see that he's Barry, he talks like Barry. It was a little annoying to me. Like, all right, we get it, you're Barry, you're acting and you're showing that, we get it, but you know, continuity. Come on. Another issue that I had with it, Jesse went to Earth 3 in place of Jay Garrick, but mainly she went to Earth 3 was because Savitar said to Jesse, I have plans for you, Jesse. So that made me fucking think that the whole time Jesse was about to come back and then, you know, do things, and they were going to have all 4 of them, and they were all going to fight Savitar together. No. We get Harry from Earth 2, but we don't get his damn daughter, the reason why he's even, The whole Savitar thing happened at night. The next day is the day that they had the funeral for HR, and then they don't bring Jesse back, and why wasn't Jesse there? Fucking Gypsy was there, but where was Jesse? Like, and then that was another, I guess that would be my last complaint about it, the whole season finale, that Barry has to run into the Speed Force because the Speed Force prison, nobody's in it, somebody's got to be there, or else the Speed Force is going to be bugging. Sounds a lot like the American prison system. It makes sense to me that I get Barry has to go into the thing because Barry's the most important person that can come out of it. Like, he's the only, Barry was the only person that could go into the Speed Force who we have to get back out. If it was Jesse, if it was Wally, if it was Jay Garrick, and that was their goodbye off the show, we'd kind of be okay with that. This whole season was kind of created on that, the Mark Waid era of comics, where Wally West was the Flash, and a lot of the rogues that we saw were from when Wally West was the Flash, even Savitar, and then that whole thing was because Barry Allen had to go into the Speed Force. So it kind of made sense that that happened. That was the most comic booky thing of the whole season to me. And to be quite honest with you, that ending boss fight between Barry and Savitar did kind of just fall flat for me. It didn't. Granted, you know, that's kind of how all his fights end. They don't really have these big action sequences. It always comes down to like, we have to do this thing that you wanted to do, because that's kind of how all of them ended. But it came for Eobard Thawne. He wanted to race so he can go back to the future, and then that ended up not going sideways. When it came to Zoom wanted to build the whole monitor thing, and then Barry went along with that, and that went sideways. And now it kind of went that way when it came to Savitar, and then that went sideways. So this season was really the season for me to really notice patterns and how the show goes. Those are just some of my small thoughts and reactions to the season 3 finale of The Flash. I'm going to do a more overhead review of it, and you know, my thoughts and predictions going on for season 4, because they elbowed the shit out of who this villain for season 4 is going to be. They said it probably 5 times throughout the entire season. If I answered any of your questions, or if you have any more questions that I can do for my next video about The Flash, comment them down below for me and Kenneth to answer them. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and then also follow me on all my other social media accounts, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook, and my Snapchat. All those are at Evan Combest. I do stand-up comedy, so get info about all my future shows in there. I have a show in Philly coming up this Saturday, May 27th. Come out if you're in the area. Come see me sling some jokes. And with that being said, I have nothing else to say. I'll probably see you guys this weekend. Sunday or Monday. Eventually. I don't know, because the Philly show's on Saturday, and that's when I upload videos. I'll figure it out.